Hi. Another interesting day. Last night it rained and got rather cool. There's still some gray-bottomed clouds in the sky. The sun is out. The birds are chirping. Everything's pretty much the way it normally is. I spent the morning applying for jobs online. It's very frustrating. I hate it. I hate, especially when they have all those stupid questionnaires. They ask you, if you're old enough and have permit to work in the United States. Yes, of course. Then they ask you various questions in several different ways, 2 or 3 different times, and several pages of these stupid questions, moral questions, or I'm willing to stand 12 hours a day and work hard and never go home and blah blah blah, yes or no. You know what they want to hear, and they know what you want to say. So it's a standoff, I guess. The poor cats were scared with the thunder and lightning and rain and everything last night, so I don't know where they went. In the basement, I suppose. They've not been seen much at all today. I ran some errands, and I went by a Goodwill store to buy some cargo pants to cut them off for my son. My son is 6'10", and finding pants for him is very difficult. Cargo shorts is what he wanted, but I buy cargo pants and cut them to length. His inseam is 39 inches. He's 6'10", and in centis he is 205 centis? I forget. I try to think of interesting things to say. Oh yeah, on my way back, I hate driving around St. Louis because people do not know how to drive, and I'm yelling, like, where did you learn to drive? Well, I think they're learning to drive as they're driving. I was on a street that had 2 lanes going each way. I was in the faster of the 2 lanes. In the right-hand lane was a school bus, which cut over in front of me without signaling, right in front of me, and turned left. No signal, no nothing. And I had the camera with me, I just didn't turn it on. Boy, oh boy. The bus number I got, but the school is not on the side of the bus, so I don't really know how to report the booger, but wasn't very nice. And if you had precious cargo in there, you should not drive like that. They should not have that person driving the bus. That's terrible. I mean, if my child was on that bus and I heard about that, I would not be happy. My son that lives here and his girlfriend that's visiting from California went to a movie, and they will be back, but I have no idea what their intentions are for supper. He wastes a lot of money by buying stuff out when I could cook something, which perturbs me since he has to help me with the bills because I don't have enough money, and he's spending all his money on his girlfriend this week, so we shall see what utilities get turned off first, hey? Shall we? Golly. I must learn how to do intros and outros, or whatever, coming in and going out of a video. I have to learn that. Half the time my things are cut off when I'm speaking my last sentence, and that's not good. And my birthday's coming up in 2 days, and I'll be more than 50 and less than 100. I want to do something wild, but nobody around here wants to do anything wild. My family they don't even like Mexican food, and I mean, that's mild. I want to go to maybe an Indian food restaurant because I like that too. No. Try getting my family to do anything more than Denny's. Not that there's anything wrong with Denny's. I like going to Denny's. They're just very bland people. Beige and brown people. Beige and brown people need to widen their horizons, and I look like a mismatched, crappy crappy-do hippie or whatever you want to call me. I've got pants that are held together by patches and shirts that have paint on them and little rubber shoes that are wearing out. I haven't bought anything from a real store for a long time. I have a lot of clothes I'm trying to fit back into, thus I'm trying to lose weight. Cutting out sugar is a biggie. No sugar or very little sugar. It's kind of hard at first, but it really makes a big difference. And I feel lots better. I can get right up out of bed, no problem. And every day I try to take a 30-minute walk at least. If it's raining, I try to go up and down the stairs and go to the basement, putter around, do some work. I haven't done laundry for a while, but it needs to not rain for me to hang it out on my clothesline, which is right there. Yes, I use the sun and the wind to dry my clothes, and I love it. If the birds poop on it, then I'll have to wash it again, but they're pretty nice about it because I feed them too. And the squirrels and the birds come up to me when I'm sitting here. They haven't today, but they usually do. They'll come up to the window on cold days and like, hey lady, hey, feed us, hey, hey, hey lady. And I feed them. I feel like I'm one of those good witch of the forest, a friend of all animals and most children. No, I think all children. I don't think a child has ever hated me, ever. Even when my kids get mad at me, they don't hate me. They know. Oh, here we go off on another tangent. See, that's what I have, ADHD. I've had it all my life. For some period of time, I had medicine for it, which helped. Especially trying to get through college, reading volumes of crap. But I don't have medicine. I try to do with as little to no medicine as possible. No, maybe an aspirin or something if I really need it. Or maybe analgesic rub, the non-smelly kind, on sore muscles once in a while. But other than that, I try to eat naturally. I try to not do medicines. I don't really drink. I do not smoke. I try to live as nicely and wonderfully and peacefully as possible. It's not always easy, especially when you're driving around St. Louis, as I said. Oh, I tell you, it's maddening. It's maddening. I've been over in Europe where people drive on each other's butt, but they know what they're doing. They don't talk on the cell phone and eat in the car. They don't look for something in the back seat while they're driving. They may go very fast, and they may be right on each other's butt, and they may pass in places where you don't think it's possible to pass, but it's like a fine oiled machine. They know how to do it. Kudos, man. Way to go. I love it. I was scared at first when I drove over there, but they know what they're doing, and they're not like Missouri. You know, people will go, oh, he's following me too close. And they slam on the brakes trying to give the guy behind them a signal, like, get off my butt. But that's not a good thing to do either. And people don't signal. They pull from the far right lane all the way to turn to the right. They pull from the left lane. Crazy. If I ever learn how to use this camera properly, you'll see me talk with my hands because I talk with my hands. I always have. And I grew up, I'm half Czech and part Swedish and German. When I was a kid, I took German lessons, and then within the last 10 years, I've taken Italian lessons. Community college, they put a little part-time in the evening lessons, and I took it through college also. I suck at grammar. Suck at grammar. Except maybe English grammar. But I suck at grammar. But my vocabulary is pretty good, and my pronunciation is pretty good. I attend these weekly meetings with people that attempt to speak Italian, and God bless them, but some of the words they cannot pronounce. Che cozy? Che cose? When they mean que cosa. I love you, but please learn how to pronounce the words. Gadzooks. There's so much I want to say, but I have a year to say it, and you'll probably be tired of me already. I have lots of things coming up. My birthday, there is Italian Film Festival coming up. There are international days. There's a Renaissance fair. There'll be all kinds of things happening this year, and hopefully I can stick to this better than I can stick to a diet or anything else. And maybe I'll get a job this year. Maybe. Maybe I'll meet the person I'm supposed to be with the rest of my life. Yeah, right. Just like the job. Yeah, right. Well, who knows? Oh. Well, I suppose I will end this for today. See you tomorrow.